gorilla that has been alive for 5,000 years is eating his lunch. Suddenly, the giant lizard bites the gorilla in the head. The gorilla fights back. The gorilla rips open the lizard's head. The lizard screams in pain. The gorilla slams the lizard against it. The gorilla runs the lizard, but misses. Two men fight on the island. The companion stabs the man in the stomach. The bayonet cuts through the man's hand. The companion prepares to punch the knife into the man's neck. A huge hand falls from the sky. The other hand came down. A gorilla named Ferocious, the companion, put down the knife. Watching today is called Skull Island. The story begins in 1977. A team of scientists went to explore a mysterious island in the Atlantic Ocean. In the middle of the expedition, there was a lightning storm. Lightning streaked across the night sky. They flew a helicopter through the lightning. They came to a very beautiful mystery island. A herd of bison ran over the ground. The man took out a bomb and dropped it. The ground explodes instantly. The man drops a second bomb. All the deer on the ground were killed. Suddenly, a tree flew into the sky. The helicopter was knocked down by the tree. The gorilla grabs the helicopter and looks at the man inside. The gorilla opens his mouth. It turns out that the gorilla is the guardian of the island. People were shocked to see a gorilla bigger than a mountain. The airplane was like a fly in front of the gorilla. The gorilla clenches his fist. The helicopter shoots at the gorilla first. The gorilla dodges. The gorilla is furious. It jumps up and punches one of the planes. The other one is thrown out of the sky. The gorilla is asserting softly. The man jumps out of the plane. The gorilla slaps his hand. The gorilla runs towards the plane. The two gorillas smash together and destroy. The man was thrown by a gorilla. They both crash. The man is about to climb out of the plane. The gorilla grabs the plane and flings it. One of the men fell out. The leader looks at the gorilla. The gorilla throws the plane and knocks the other plane down. The gorilla jumps up and keeps hitting the bad planes. The gorilla picks up the plane and drops it on the other plane. The leader looks at the gorilla seriously. The gorilla breaks the last plane, then he smashed the two sections of the plane on the ground. The gorilla looks at the captain angrily. The scene was in flames. The gorilla let out. A cow is pinned down by the plane and can't move. A woman comes to help. She lifts the plane, but it won't move. The cow wails in pain. The woman closes her eyes. The plane is moved. The cow gets up. The gorilla helped. The gorilla is bigger than the mountain. He holds the airplane like a toy. At night, a man and a woman were taking pictures on the mountain. In the distance, a huge black shadow is approaching. It's a gorilla. The gorilla takes one look at the two of them. The woman reaches out to pet the gorilla. The gorilla senses the woman's kindness. The gorilla's eyes glisten with tears. There's an explosion in the distance. The gorilla came over to the gorilla. It turned out that the captain wanted to kill the gorilla. The captain looked at the gorilla. The gorilla was beating his chest. He came at the captain. The captain used a torch to light the gasoline on the water. The gorilla's whole body burned. The gorilla was in a hurry. The gorilla put the soldier with the gasoline. The gorilla stops the man to death with a single stomp. The gorilla's fur is burned and he's down. Suddenly there was a noise in the water. A huge lizard jumps out. The lizard roars to the sky, calling for his companions. The gorilla suddenly smells the lizard. The lizard ran towards the captain. The lizard and the gorilla fought. The sun came up. The iguana came out of the forest. The iguana crawls towards the crowd. The man unhooks a grenade and waits for the iguana. The iguana sends the man flying with its tail and explodes. The iguana continues to chase the crowd. It opens its mouth wide to meet the man. The gorilla comes down with a rock. The crowd takes advantage of the situation to escape. The gorilla blocks the lizard with his hand. The woman climbs to the top of the hill and fires a flare. The iguana doesn't want to leave the gorilla alone. The gorilla picks up a tree and wipes off the top branches with his hand. The tree becomes a stick. The gorilla runs at the iguana. The stick knocks the lizard's head off. The iguana tied the gorilla with its tail. The gorilla is thrown onto a chain hold. The gorilla's hands and feet were tied with chains. The lizard licked the gorilla with its disgusting tongue. The little black man shot the lizard with a machine gun. The iguana crawled towards the little black man. The gorilla breaks the chains in two. The chains were tied to the propeller. The woman shot the lizard in the head. The gorilla pulls out the propeller. He used the propeller to knock down the lizard. The propeller sinks into the lizard's body. The gorilla strangles the iguana with a chain. He throws the iguana over his shoulder. He grabs the iguana by his neck and slammed it onto the rock. The woman on the hill was shaking into the water. The iguana came running. The woman was sinking in the water. The gorilla kills the lizard with the propeller. The iguana is completely dead. A big hand pulls the woman out of the water. Another iguana escapes. The gorilla can only fight the lizard with one hand. The iguana wraps his tongue around the gorilla's hand. The gorilla wraps his arms around the iguana. The gorilla grabs the iguana and rips his tongue out. The second iguana is dead. The gorilla looked at the woman in his hand. He gently lowered the woman. The woman was saying, "This is the biggest buffalo I've ever seen. It was the size of a mountain." The buffalo took one look at the man and turned around and walked away. The soldier was drinking water. looked up at the sky. The water bottle fell to the ground. The people turned around and he was dead. It turns out there's a giant spider in the bamboo forest. The soldier shot the spider. The spider pulled the soldier up. The soldier used his knife to cut the spider's web. The spider pulled the man up. The man fell down. The spider was killed by the soldier. The huge body fell down. The captain stepped forward and fired a few shots. The gorilla came out from the distance. He crouched in the water and rubbed his wound. The gorilla looked at himself in the water. Suddenly, a king squid appeared in the water. The squid hugged the gorilla. The gorilla struggles to free himself. The gorilla stomped on the squid with his hands, which were off the squid's legs. He tore the squid out of his mouth and ate it. He pulled the squid away across a river. The team came to a small town. The gorillas had climbed the mountain. The gorilla is the guardian of this place. Without him, the lizards underground would kill every species in the area. The natives here also worship the gorilla. The gorilla saw the hole in the ground. The cows next to him were killed by the lizards. A giant lizard stood out from beside the cow. There's one at the top of the hill. The gorilla and the two lizards went to war. Overkilled by the gorilla, the captain looked at a tree in the distance. The magnifying glass saw a bird. The captain shot the bird. It turns out that the tree was camouflaged by a bird. A man was sitting on a stone. Suddenly, the stone. It turns out the stone is a giant grasshopper. A man shoots at it, but the grasshopper turns around and walks away. The man turns around and looks behind him. A giant lizard ate the man. The team continues on their way. They came to a deep pit. It's filled with human and gorilla bones. The air is foul with the acid. The man threw a cigarette on the ground. Suddenly, there's an explosion. The lizard made a noise. Everyone takes cover. They are smiling. They don't dare make a sound. They want to vomit here. The men look at the skull. They realize it's their team member, Jack, who's been eaten. The captain runs out of the bones. The old man takes out his camera. They want to eat him. Only his head falls off. The camera is still in the stomach taking pictures. The crowd saw the light of the camera. The old man takes out his knife and prepares to fight. They want to suddenly clean out. Uncle covers one with his knife. Blackie shoots at the window. They want to pull Blackie away and roll back his tongue and ate Blackie. They want to run out the door. The woman is about to be eaten. The soldier took out his musket and saved the woman. They want his whole body burned up. The soldier gets knocked off his feet by a giant lizard's tail. It exploded in the gorilla's skull. The man takes the knife from the older man, fighting many vultures along the way. The vultures must be happy. They want to eat another man. Everyone shoots at Iguana. The woman throws a lighter at Iguana. The lighter lights Iguana. Iguana explodes. Everyone was safe. Finally, they left Skull Island by boat. Finally, the gorilla watched everyone leave. He slapped his chest and let out. And that was the end of the movie.